Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen. Today in the opposition side of this House, we stand on the side that the correct apparatus, the most adequate and fit in order to judge terrorists is the military tribunals. It is a military court and not a civilian court. Today we found three main clashes during this debate. The first question is, who will provide the fairest trial to terrorists? The second one, under what law or apparatus should they be judged? National or international? And third and last, which is going to give us the best outcome? Going to the first question, who will provide the fairest trial? And the proposition seem to think that, just because people's opinion is highly regarded in the US, that is going to be the correct way, that is going to be a fair way. But when you have some individuals who don't really care about what the US considers important, and why should they agree that the fairest thing is what their citizens believe, if they're not even part of it? Moreover, if we have the emotional bias that all citizens of the United States are going to have as their own country was attacked and their national security was violated, we're just going to end with an extreme bias that is going to hammer on and not listen to the claims of the terrorists, which was a point that they brought. We believe that the military tribunal or court may not give, in some countries, the possibility of a defense to the terrorists, and that the presumption of guilty might be similar to subjectivity. However, this is a complete assumption on the proposition. By not having a defendant, the positive side, the prosecutor will have to provide evidence and enough assessment so that the military judge determines the outcome, whether or not guilty or innocent, or as the citizen free, or if they should go back and keep the investigation. Actually, military courts do a lot of investigation. They constantly spend millions of dollars in this process in order to prove more. If not, all this confidential information that we have been talking about will exist. Secondly, which apparatus should do this? A national apparatus who has the laws for its people, born from its people, judging someone who is not part of that people. Ladies and gentlemen, it just seems insane to believe that these terrorists are going to know about the US social contract, or that they even are going to care. They don't care, and it's precisely why, in the first place, they made the attack. But also, it is contradictory to believe that they are part of their society, when clearly they are not. Furthermore, the military courts are specialized on international law, and they constantly prepare into examining information that is based on these terms. We don't care if in the United States something is illegal. We care if it was a breach in international law, international security, and national security, which again is a department that concerns the military of the United States or France, whatever. And therefore, the military court is the correct apparatus under which they should be tried. And the last question, which are going to be the best outcomes? And I represented us an ideal world where terrorists would then feel remorse. But she's, of course, ignoring the ideological background on that terrorists don't care about the opinion of the West, that maybe it is precisely because of that they are attacking it, and that they are not going to feel remorse, they are proud of it, that is why they recognize that they are guilty. And we believe that this is not the best outcome. By sending the terrorists to your civilian courts, to your society, you're legitimizing the case, which was a point you didn't agree with. Military courts are closed. Military courts only concerned to the government. By keeping it in a small sphere, we are actually not making it legitimate and containing the worst outcomes in your side. It is for these three questions that are answered by the military courts that I beg you to oppose.